So if you're looking for weight loss and you've heard about, obviously, this pharmaceutical drug going around called Ozempic, chances are you have. I'm here to tell you why you actually don't need it and why you shouldn't be taking it. So just to give you a little bit of a background, right, because you should know this obviously if you're going to take Ozempic, which probably a lot of people don't even know, is that it was started by a medical doctor, or I should say it was invented by a medical doctor named Daniel Drucker, who's actually from Toronto, Canada, right? And basically he had originally created it in order to help really obese individuals who have diabetes. It was not meant for people out of that range. So it was for a smaller percentage of individuals that were basically having really hard time breaking down their body fat because they had type 2 diabetes, and they were finding it hard to really navigate that area of weight loss because of their insulin levels, right? So he had created that for these specific individuals. And lately it's become more of a fad being pushed by celebrities, actors, even social media gurus and influencers and all that. And it's being used as this savior to weight loss, and now people who have been taking it are starting to find out that it's actually not, because all Ozempic does, okay, it is a form of a suppressant. So it slowly suppresses your appetite, but on a smaller scale, yet it's being advertised as something that is the answer to weight loss. The only thing I promise you guys that is going to be the answer to your weight loss is your exercise and mainly your eating. If you are not in a calorie deficit, you will not lose weight. And if you are not exercising and building muscle or lean tissue over time, that's going to help stabilize your metabolism, you are going to still keep on that weight. And what people are doing and they're finding out is that they're going on Ozempic, they're taking it, it's suppressing their appetite a little bit, they're losing a few pounds, and then they're either not losing any more than that because they're not changing their diet, or they're getting off of it because they're finding it's too expensive, and then they're putting the weight back on. And it's because, again, it only works off of what you are putting in your body. The sooner that people start to realize that it comes down to what you're eating, okay, whether you're in a surplus or in a deficit, obviously in a deficit if you're trying to lose weight. If you are not in a deficit, you will not lose weight. And that is because you are not burning off more energy than what you are taking in. If you are somebody who's got more body weight on them and you feel as though you only eat once or twice a day and you don't know why you're still putting on weight, it's because you're still in a surplus and you have been doing so for a long period of time. You need to revamp your metabolism. Revamp meaning it'll start to utilize your caloric intake, your calories, the energy from food that you're putting in your body better. It'll start utilizing it more through exercise. When you start moving more throughout the day, you will start to burn more calories, okay? When you start to eat less, you will also be taking in less calories, therefore you will be dropping weight as well, okay? So you have to understand, a lot of people, majority of them, are not even in a calorie deficit. If you don't even calculate how many calories you're getting, if you can't even measure it, or you haven't been measuring it, you don't have an idea of what you're intaking, then how do you really know how much you're taking in? Right? How do you actually honestly know how much food you're taking in if you do not measure? Measurement equals success, because when you can measure something, even if it's not exactly on point, you still have an idea of what direction you need to take, and in this process, you still know roughly how many calories you're intaking. And a lot of the times, when I work with my clients, they're actually surprised at what they've been intaking because they would think a certain type of food or how much they were eating was a lot less than what they actually thought it was. And the sad thing is that Ozempic is now being pushed out, like I said, as this miracle weight loss drug. And several pharmaceutical companies are capitalizing on this by purchasing the pharmaceutical drug, by purchasing Ozempic from the main pharmaceutical company in Denmark called Novo Nordisk, right? So they're purchasing it from them, and they're using it to feed the demand in their country and also in Canada as well, because they see people are wanting weight loss and they're gravitating towards what they think is the answer for them. And these pharmaceutical companies are here to basically give them what they want. But people aren't realizing, because they actually don't do the research and they always want a shortcut, that this isn't the answer. It can be used, right, to help with that. But when it originally was created, it was meant for people of a larger stature, for people who were considered obese and very overweight. Here's actually a clip of Daniel Drucker talking about how it should have been used, how Ozempic was supposed to be used versus how it's being used in today's society.
The dose that's used to treat people with obesity. So my thoughts around, people using this as a casual weight loss drug to lose 5 or 10 pounds, to look better at the next family occasion or wedding, that sounds great. But when we have many people with serious health challenges who would greatly benefit from these medicines who can't get them in their local pharmacy, then I think most of us ethically would say that the supply really should be dedicated, when limited, to the people who would benefit the most. And in an ideal world, when there's an unlimited supply of these medicines, if an individual person in conversation with the healthcare provider thought that this would be useful to improve their health, that's something that wouldn't bother me. But in the times of shortages, I think most healthcare practitioners and people struggling to obtain these medicines would not really be supportive of this use in the celebrity culture.
So if you're somebody who wants to lose weight and you're not in that really high percentage of weight that needs to be lost, okay? Even if you have more body fat on you, I would suggest you either get a trainer or somebody knowledgeable, a nutritionist, a dietitian. Put a plan together, get somebody that can work for you, or find something online that you can follow and just follow that routine for the next month. Just try it for the next month, okay? Try it out. I promise you, if you're doing everything correct, you will start to see the results versus going to something like Ozempic, which will generally allow you to fail because you don't have the proper necessary steps, like being in a deficit and also working out to begin with. And when you even get prescribed this stuff from a doctor, they will even tell you it's not gonna work unless you actually start making better health choices when it comes to your food and also exercise. And yet people still want to gravitate towards it because they still think it's going to help them. Guys, if you liked the video, click like, subscribe, comment, share. Comment down below if you've had any experience with Ozempic or what you think about the topic as well, since it's a really hot topic right now and it's circulating around. And I will see you guys in the next video.